A single candle still burned in Windsor's Lancaster room when aides whispered that Prince Edward had just accepted a mission no Windsor sibling ever dared. Its code name, Northstar, implied guidance through darkness, yet the shadows it casts across Charles's fragile reign could redraw the royal horizon. Courtiers insist the plan was drafted moments after doctors warned the king his remission might not last the winter, forcing him to anoint a steadier hand. For Britain this matters because a monarchy paired to 4 working faces cannot falter during an election year, a looming Scottish referendum, and a Commonwealth quietly plotting republic exits. If Edward truly becomes the linchpin between a convalescing monarch, an impatient heir, and a skeptical public, he'll decide how much throne William inherits and how soon. And for taxpayers, the stakes are stark. Every shuffled title alters security budgets, duchy profits, and the soft power calculus that keeps trade deals humming. Insiders reveal Edward's transformation began in 2017 when the late Queen handed him her personal diaries of Commonwealth tours with a single instruction: learn the rhythm of duty. He reportedly spent 18 nights reading at Balmoral's library, annotating margins with questions about Pacific microstates, and phoned Sophie at 3 a.m. to rehearse Maori protocol. That quiet scholarship now underpins his sudden prominence. The Duke has clocked 228 engagements since January, eclipsing even Princess Anne's legendary pace for the first time. During this surge he has become Charles's shadow counselor, slipping unsigned briefing papers beneath the king's blotter marked only with a thistle seal, the emblem of Edinburgh. One memo allegedly warned that William's homelessness project risks outshining paternal messaging in foreign press, suggesting a joint signature to dilute generational rivalry. Observers say the king scribbled, agreed E+W convene, and within a week father and son appeared together at a housing estate, Edward discreetly stage-managing photo angles. Yet not every plan runs smooth. Royal gossip sheet The Red Box claims Queen Camilla fears Edward's rise will throttle her own patronage network, especially after his audit cut Parker Bowles' contracts by 32%. At a Clarence House dinner she reportedly quipped, "I married 1 prince, not 2, a joke some courtiers heard as coded complaint to the king. Fueling intrigue, a locked valise arrived from Sandringham marked EPH, 1999, believed to contain letters detailing Charles and Edward's youthful spat over the It's a Royal Knockout fiasco. Sources say Edward offered to burn the file for national unity, but William vetoed destruction, preferring strategic retention should leverage be required. The palace archivist now holds the pouch in a temperature-controlled vault, its contents a bargaining chip none dare open yet. Publicly, Edward's momentum is unmistakable. He replaced Charles at Pope Leo XIV's inaugural Mass, a first for the spare's spare, and charmed Vatican press by conversing in fluent Italian honed at Jesus College. Days later he chaired a NATO youth forum in Tallinn, deploying Baltic history anecdotes that left generals scribbling notes while aides from Downing Street texted who knew. Data supports the surge. YouGov tracking shows Edward's favorability jumped from 29% to 54% in 12 months, overtaking Prince Harry for the first time since 2014. Meanwhile, Google Trends charts a 200% spike in Duke of Edinburgh succession searches, eclipsing even Meghan's latest lifestyle brand reveal. Cynics attribute interest to nostalgia for the late Prince Philip, optimists call it a craving for drama-free diligence. But a counter-narrative simmers in encrypted chats among junior footmen, that Edward's loyalty mask conceals ambition to serve as Prince Regent if Charles weakens and William is abroad. The scenario isn't idle fantasy. Regency Acts permit the next adult in succession residing in the UK to assume duties if both sovereign and heir are incapacitated or absent. Edward's increasing residence at Buckingham, some claim, is no coincidence but a legal placeholder awaiting constitutional quake. Sophie's role deepens the plot. Her discreet rise, securing the Queen's patronage of the Mothers' Union and stepping into Philip's Royal Marines' shoes, signals a couple positioning as continuity incarnate. At the Chelsea Flower Show she was photographed handing Catherine a posy while murmuring, "The baton is lighter when shared," lip readers say. Behind curtains, Catherine is grateful. Pregnancy whispers swirl and abdominal surgery fatigue lingers, making a supportive senior female invaluable. William sees upside too. An uncle trusted by both camps softens inevitable clashes over pace of reform versus respect for tradition. Yet Camilla's allies note the optics. 2 glamorous blondes, Sophie and Catherine, flanking the aging queen, stealing magazine covers once reserved for the consort herself. Financial intrigue thickens. Edward's duchy overhaul cancelled £1.7 million in consultancy fees tied to Camilla's relatives, redirecting funds to carbon-neutral tenant farms, a move hailed by younger MPs but decried by the Bowles clan. An anonymous brief to The Telegraph called it greenwashed revenge, prompting Palace Press Chief Tobin Andry to issue a midnight statement denying family factionalism, rare public pushback that screamed crisis. The health wildcard looms large. Charles' latest oncology update cited encouraging markers, yet sources reveal he needs fortnightly immunotherapy that exhausts him for 48 hours. During those windows, Edward chairs Privy Council prep sessions, greeting ministers with the same court bow they'd offer the sovereign, a rehearsal hiding in plain sight. Internationally, the Commonwealth watches. Barbados diplomats quietly requested Edward, not William, represent the Crown at their climate summit, citing maritime conservation expertise. Some smell Republican mischief, invite the quieter prince to avoid overshadowing local leaders, others read it as subtle endorsement of Edward's statesmanship. Meanwhile, Prince Andrew lurks on sidelines, dining at Royal Lodge with tabloid editors, pitching a rehabilitation documentary. Edward intercepted, offering Andrew a behind-the-scenes charity logistics role if he forfeits media stunts, a carrot laced with a stick, funding cuts if he refuses. That negotiation tests sibling diplomacy honed since Eton, and marks Edward as palace fixer where Charles's patience thins. Security services too have opinions. An MI5 brief warns that should Edward leapfrog into regency, extremist chatter may target him as soft, recalling 1987 theatre scandals. Edward, aware, has begun unpublicized Krav Maga sessions inside Wellington Barracks gym, emerging flushed but resolute, a duke preparing for more than handshakes. The media drumbeat intensifies. Netflix eyes a spin-off, The Spare Who Stayed, pitching Edward as anti-Harry, loyal, low drama, now central. Courtiers dread it. One quips, if cameras follow him, he stops being invisible, and invisibility is his power. Public fascination peaked when Louis brushed dust from William's tunic during Trooping the Colour, cameras capturing Edward's fond smile as he steadied Charlotte's sash. Social feeds erupted. Uncle Ed is the royal glue, trending alongside edits comparing his gentle guidance to Philip's stern hand a generation prior. Next month brings critical optics, the state opening of Parliament. If Charles feels strong, he'll ride in the Diamond Jubilee state coach. If not, insiders suggest Edward and William share the carriage, Camilla seated opposite, a tableau of transition. Observers will dissect who carries which sword, who reads which clause, and whether Edward's hand trembles or commands. Camilla isn't idle. She's curated a Windsor Castle exhibit celebrating queen consorts through centuries, positioning herself within lineage and perhaps reminding viewers a queen's influence ebbs only when she allows. The exhibit's centerpiece, a recreated throne room photograph, excludes Edward and Sophie, a detail tabloids seized upon as proof the Queen still sets the stage. Within this swirl, the King hosts Thursday lunches dubbed the Four, gathering Charles, Camilla, William, Edward, no aides. Leaks suggest discussions range from balcony lineups to whether to restore some HRHs to non-working cousins for morale. Edward advocates generosity, arguing inclusive crowns survive storms, while Camilla counters, too many crowns sink ships. William watches, weighing future headlines versus filial duty. Numbers tell another tale. Royal engagement spreadsheets show an 18% drop in overseas tours since COVID. Treasury models predict tourism spend dips £500 million for each unsmiling season. Edward's plan? A year of the Isles, ferrying the crown to every UK island from Shetland to Scilly. Cost-effective, home-boosting, weather-hazardous, but visibility gold. Yet storms gather. An exequery threatens memoir revelations about 1990s boardroom rows where Charles allegedly dismissed Edward as my dilettante brother. Publication timed for Christmas could sabotage the narrative of brotherly unity unless a palace settlement hushes pages. Figure floated, £2 million and a lord lieutenancy. Digital intrigue. Palace IT flagged a hacker probing royal warrant databases minutes after Camilla's couturier gained her crest. Suspicion falls on a disgruntled fashion rival wanting proof favoritism. Scotland Yard's cyber unit traced IP to a Paris atelier. Diplomatic headaches swirl amid couture catfights. Amid the cacophony, Edward's eldest, Lady Louise, quietly enrolls at Sandhurst Summer Leadership Camp, fueling chatter she may take on light royal duties, youthful reinforcement for a lean firm. Louise's equestrian medal at Windsor earned cheers, adding her to balcony could refresh image, yet risk overshadowing princess and's grandchildren awaiting spotlight. Every move, calculated. As September Commonwealth Heads Summit looms, Charles expects to attend in person. If illness intervenes, Edward will lead delegation, first step onto world stage. His speech already drafted ends, "A family endures not by blood alone but by the vows we renew every dawn." Whether that dawn crowns Edward as silent kingmaker or merely trusted brother hinges on test results, poll numbers, and private hearts. So keep eyes on the state opening, the balcony silhouettes, and the coded seating at Balmoral Chapel. We'll decode each subtle shift, each whispered courtesy title, each new royal warrant. If you appreciate these inside corridors of power, tap like, consider subscribing, and join us next episode when we reveal which secret Scottish estate William quietly purchased and why its ancient charter could redefine Regency law.